Welcome everyone, my name is Professor Dharani. Welcome to Races 101. This is the first day in this class of the most useful class in your college career. What we're going to do is I'm going to start with a rundown of the curriculum for this entire year. There are a total of 7 chapters, starting with Chapter 1, Jews, Chapter 2, the Hispanics, Chapter 3, the Indians, Chapter 4, the Whites, Chapter 5, Blacks, Chapter 6, the Asians, and Chapter 7, the Arabs. So if everyone could please pull out the notes, we're going to start taking notes on the first chapter, on Chapter 1. So don't give me any of those grunts. This is college. In college, you always have to take notes. Remember that. Okay, so firstly, Jews are the reason why everything is wrong in the world. Whatever the problem is, you can always blame it on the Jews. For example, they're very thirsty. Get your head out of the gutter. I mean, they're thirsty for the blood of Christian babies. They also go to many other countries and they steal the jobs of the people who work there. Jews may look oppressed and innocent, but in reality, they are the demons and they have horns on the inside of their heads. In order to prosper in life, never trust the Jews. I want you to highlight that part in your notes. So I'd like everybody to direct their attention to the Venn diagram that I've made over here. It's a beautiful Venn diagram, I know. Thank you. So what you can learn from this Venn diagram, if you can see, it compares the Jews and cutters. So this isn't the cutters that cut in line, these are cutters that cut themselves for their own pleasure. So Jews, for a majority of the reason that a lot of them are cutters, is because they blame themselves for killing the Son of God. Which is why in this Venn diagram, a lot of the population of Jews are also cutters. Hispanics, Chapter 2. It's simple. They're like tacos. They're tiny. But you know, they're actually really good small business people. But what small business do you ask? Mowing your lawn. In fact, mowing your lawn is exactly why they smell all the time. Which also is another reason you have perfume. So you can thank the Hispanics for the reasons you smell good today. So a lot of us struggle to communicate with our contractors. As you know, many of them are Spanish. They're some good small business people. So one thing you can do is learn Spanish. You don't have to forget all that stuff you learned in school for like 11 or so years. All you need to do is just to add a few simple o's to the rest of your words. For example, if you're talking to your contractor, you can say, put the drywallo aquí, not aquí. Chapter 3, Indians. Indians are the most dirty people in the world. In fact, the reason they're brown is because of the massive amount of dirt that's in their land. Now, when I mean Indians, I mean the whole group of people down there, meaning Pakistanis, Bengalis, Sri Lankans, all of them. They're all brown, they're all Indian. So let's be real. You can't really tell them apart. They're all brown. You can't do that. It's not possible. They all worship the same millions of gods. And every year, hundreds of those millions of Hindus go into the Ganga River. You know why they do this for? So they can contain their tradition of getting hepatitis C. So, who knew it took so much to please a whole bunch of colorful gods that you could technically just find in an Indian grocery store? And they all look like elephants anyways, like, who really cares? So Indians spend a hell of a lot of money on these gods. But you know what they spend more money on? Their damn weddings. Normal people usually save up for college, but you know what these Indians do? They're saving up for their 28-day weddings. 28 days, can you believe that? It takes them that long to get married. You know how long their marriage will actually last. Chapter 4, the Whites. Many people don't necessarily consider white a race. In fact, they may consider it an absence of a race. So they think it's a misnomer. But this belief of whites being an absence of race was debunked by none other than who? Anybody have the answers? Yes, you over there. Exactly, the Crayola Company. So, one thing you can also learn about whites is that they're straight up arrogant people who always think the world revolves around them. Whites will always think that they're better than you. I want you to highlight that in your notes, it's really important. It'll be on your test. Now for Chapter 5, Blacks. I'm just going to teach you one thing about this. Every time you're around black people, check your pockets and lock your cars. That's all I'm going to say. Chapter 6, Asians. So, Asians drive the world's economy, but they can't drive cars. I bet you've all noticed that. I think you've been in car accidents. It's always because of Asians. Now for Chapter 7, Arabs, the last chapter. So, Arabs were actually really a bunch of sweet people, but the only problem is that they have temper issues, which is why they go around and bomb every single thing in existence. So, what happens is that our Arab friends tend to get really, really mad. So, they decide to bomb the hell out of us. Take into account September 11, 2001, World Towers go down. And to add on to that, Islam teaches every single person to shoot whoever you don't like. So basically, if you're here, you have to hate Islam. You can't do anything about it. Arabs' touchiness and Islam equal a terrorist that will basically bomb the hell out of every single living person. So the moral of the story, don't piss any Arabs off. You might just die in the end. Actually, not might, you will. You will die in the end. Lastly, I just want to give you a brief overview of everything that we've learned. So if you look at this graph, this is a graph of touchiness by race. So in the bottom, which is the Yetis, obviously are the least amount of touchiness, then followed by the whites, because they're white, what do you expect? Then blacks, Asians, Jews, and Arabs. Like again, like I just told you, they're super touchy. Don't piss them off. They'll bomb the hell out of you. So some of you might be asking why some other races aren't included, but that's because all other races are in its entirety insignificant. Thank you. Please remember to read chapter 1 for next class, and I'll see you next class. Have a good day.